are hard.
As an Aries, I'm incredibly athletic.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Uh-oh.
I guess we'll just get back on it.
Oh, get the sweat off your forehead.
Sorry.
It's so much working.
I was working so hard.
Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Oh. Well, as you know, or maybe you don't know, my name is Tessa and I'm an Aries.
My name is Ross and I'm a Aries.
And, okay, and this is...
Very Aries.
Wow. Episode 6?
Episode 6.
Oh, that's a good one. It's an even number.
An even number. This is our podcast where we talk about ourselves and other topics, and you all listen because you love us.
Of course.
So for today's segment, we're going to talk about a thing that's always been on everyone's mind. The idea of celebrity as a construct, you know?
The fame, the glory.
Fame, glamour, recognition. So the main thing is we're gonna just chat. We're gonna chat.
Yeah.
And the big question is, do you want to be famous? Why or why not?
Yeah.
So if you're watching right now, go ahead and leave a comment in the comments below about your input, and we'll kind of consider it. But at the end of the day, you're gonna get to hear us talk about whether or not we want to be famous.
Yeah. Maybe you can learn something.
Maybe you can learn something. Take notes, all right?
Yeah.
Do I want to be famous?
Yeah, do you, Ross?
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yes.
Yes. Immediate yes.
Yeah. I feel like it's a nuanced kind of fame. I go back and forth all the time.
You think about this a lot.
I really do.
Wow.
I really do.
Wait, side question to start off. Do you think you ever will be famous?
That's a scary thing. I don't know. I think there's a possibility.
Okay.
I think there's a chance, but I also think there's equally a chance that I won't be. And I think there's also, we have to clarify at what point is it famous.
There's so many different levels of fame. And,
Right. Right. Because
Yeah.
I argue, like, in some of my small circles and experiences I've had in life, like within those spheres, sure, I would say I'm famous, but, in the terms of the world sphere, probably not. But maybe in whatever I'm doing, like in the future, in my local community.
You could be famous in the industry, perhaps.
Yeah, I like to be well respected in whatever I choose to participate in.
I like that.
That's very important to me. Because it's tricky. The one I usually fall back on is that I would like to be someone who isn't necessarily recognized on the streets, but as a name is really admired for the work that he does. And so maybe that's something behind the scenes of like being an artist or a film director or I don't know.
Ooh.
Something where like my face isn't really known, but whatever I've had a hand in is like admired. I'd like to be known for making things that have positively affected people. And then there are other days where I want to walk down the street and I want people to flag me down being like, you're him, that hot, gorgeous bod, that's you, you're the person who did this, this, and this, and I go, oh, of course, please, yes, okay, I'll do a few signatures, sure. So like I go back and forth, I don't really know, but I really like the idea of being recognized for my hard work.
No, I feel that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those things resonated in me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the same thing. I want to be known for something, whether it's a project or an idea. I think I just like to be good at things. So I tie them together.
Uh-huh.
So being good at something and being successful, if I do a good job on this, then I'm going to be recognized and people are going to kind of, I don't know, make you famous. But, like you said, it's like, okay, when you hear that name, like, that person is going to do a good job or this person's, like, done good work.
Exactly.
So, like, you can trust them. You're going to want them on your side. You're going to want to work with them because of the accomplishments they've done.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's a big part. So I think you and I both kind of, agree that we like recognition. I do, at least. I don't know if I want to say that for you necessarily, but I am always, regardless of the recognition I get, I'm always going to put hard work into the things that matter to me, just because that's how I am as a person. I'm like 0 or 100. So if it's something that's important to me, you better believe I'm going to give it my all. But it really, really energizes me when I get feedback that says all the hard work I'm putting into is going somewhere meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm despite the fact that I come off as selfish a lot of times, I think I'm pretty community oriented, and I really get a lot of satisfaction knowing that my efforts have positively affected someone.
Someone has noticed, someone has been affected by it, and it just feels good.
Yeah, I mean, the notice is a great bonus, but what's more important to me is that I have evidence that I have made a positive impact in people's lives. I really like that. I don't know how large I want the scope to be. It's really nice when people go out of their way to remind me, like, because it's, you know, I get self-critical and doubting, but like, it like, getting some sort of like pat on, not even a pat on the back, but more like a, hey, you helped me, it just motivates me so much. I get encouraged and I'm like, let me do more, let me do this. And I love that circle, I love that feedback loop. It's just very, very sweet.
Dang.
The thing that's tricky is, there's also the part of me that loves attention. And so like, you know, stardom is a great way to get attention. And like, you know, if we're going to look at it just on a casual, superficial level, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I love walking around and having people recognize me and saying hello. I think it's so fun meeting people. My favorite thing in the world is when someone knows me and I don't know them. That's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's fun.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
cool.
I've seen that. I feel like I've seen that happen, maybe. And you're just like, oh.
Have we met? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you remember, because, well, that's a big thing. Like, it's... If they remembered you, that means you affected them in some way that wasn't that valuable to you, but it was to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like being important. But
yeah,
there's the other part that is, if you tune into episode 4, you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about. But there are parts of me that are very private, and I like my privacy, and I like being able to have a universe where there is something that is just mine, or for people that are, you know, close to me, and I don't want everyone to know everything about me. And it's really, you can't have both if you're a celeb.
That's the thing.
From what I've noticed, because I can tell you right now, if I were ever to be famous in the level that like a teen pop idol would be, I would be so embarrassing all the time, and I would get so much, because I don't know, I'd probably say stupid shit all the time.
Yeah.
And it would be brought up, and like people would, like a hawk would focus on all the stupid little things I do.
Like a quote on the cover.
Right, and I would try my best to not do it. And like, if I didn't, then I'd just be boring. But like, I can just see it happening, me not even realizing I'm saying something stupid. And I feel so bad afterwards that I don't know if I want that much pressure.
Yeah, I think the big pro for me would be the money. Of famousness. I mean, it'd be nice. I think I would get over it real quick. I think it'd be...
You get over it?
I'd get over the attention of it. The not being able to do normal things. But I don't know if it'd be... I think the money might be worth it to have to deal with the things, because if you have so much money, you can get the resources to avoid those attention-seeking ways.
But here's the thing that also is tricky, depending on how you get famous.
Yeah.
The type of fame that gives you a lot of money in certain ways is something I hate so much, because despite the fact that I come off as like facey to other people, I do think I'm pretty candid and true to most things I say. And a lot of times when I'm like hyping up and doing this, it's just like being fun and flirty and this and that. But like, I do not think I could be like one of those celebrity sponsors that's like sponsored by so many people and have to like constantly be like, ugh, just gotta grab some Pepsi and just whoop, pop a top. I can do it so readily when it's something I actually support. But if I'm ever, like, if it's something I genuinely enjoy, I will go on and on about it, I will praise it left and right. I do it regularly. But it's more like... If I had to, and I don't support it. You see me how often I roll my eyes when I don't like things?
Yeah.
I'm trying to not, but I just do.
You'd be in the commercial with a Pepsi, you'd be like drinking and like gagging from how disgusting and be like, oh, this Pepsi, yeah.
But like, it burns my throat.
And cringing as you drink it.
Right, and so like there's a reality where either I'm very obnoxious about it and lose all my sponsorships, or I sit down, shut up, and move on with it, and then I'm miserable. And then I'm like, this isn't a life I enjoy. So it's a risk. It's a really big risk. I'm talking as if we like have like someone right before us saying, "Do you want to be famous?" I'm like, let me think about it. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think about that a lot. I have to be candid, and there very rarely is a sphere where you can be famous and candid unless you're not making much money.
Cardi B.
She's an interesting one.
Yeah.
She is an interesting one.
That's the whole reason she got famous was because of how real she was. And how authentic she was to herself. I had learned about it in a class. In a marketing class. I mean, you know, if you had like the whole history behind her and she used it to her advantage to be real. I mean, she got Instagram famous. I was like, you know, Love and Hip Hop TV show and then Instagram famous where she was just being real on making videos on Instagram. That's all she did, and people were like, wow, this girl spits the truth and she does not take nothing from nobody, and she is an independent ass woman who is doing her thing, and like everyone loves her for that, you know. She is saying stupid things on TV, all like the weird noises.
She's owning it.
Yeah, and it's made her brand even like stronger.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean that's not the case for everyone. You have to be a certain type of person to be like that.
Well, because here's my other thing. You have people like Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift who are also trying to own it, and I'm like, fucking stop. Like, stop. So it goes a lot of ways. Just so we know, to clarify, Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift are both Sagittarius. Which is honestly
know that
difficult, because I think the Sag is known for saying shit and then being like, what? Especially the Sagittarius sun. The moon and rising things are different, but like I think about that and I'm like, oh. But Cardi B's a Libra, which is fascinating. They're usually very diplomatic. So I don't know anything about her, but I would posit that maybe given other placements in her things, I think she's a lot more self-aware than we give her credit for. That's all I would have to say about it. I really don't know enough to add anything more, but
yeah,
I guess there are ways to like own your stardom, because she's probably rich now.
Yeah. Too. Also, I think it really depends on how the audience as just society takes you. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing with the difference between those two is you might be doing something that you might be doing the same exact thing, but it comes off in a different way to society and they hate it. And fandom is so big on how you get famous. People have to like you.
Depends on how you do, because I think with her, like you said, she sort of started on her own. Social media makes things so like fascinating, because YouTube, Vine, Instagram people, they're like becoming famous on their own terms in a way. And then you watch them sell out over time, which is fascinating. But like the people that started out as famous, you don't really know who they are as a person. And then they're like, Miley Cyrus or Lindsay Lohan and have like a meltdown later. And then you start to get to know who they are very slowly. And it's fascinating. I don't want that.
Yeah,
obviously,
that'd be fun.
Well, we've missed our window. I don't think we can be child stars anymore. So
no, we can't.
So I think this is a great opportunity for us to become famous on our own terms.
Yeah.
Or, this is where I go back to not having my face recognized, but being recognized for my work. I get celebrated by things I choose to put out, rather, like, I'm not under scrutiny for everything I do.
You're not being looked at under a microscope. You're slowly just putting things under the microscope to be looked at.
Right. I'm getting to decide what I want to be judged by the greater world.
Yeah.
The thing is, it depends on whatever path I want to go on in life, of where that can be realized,
Of course.
It depends on what I want to do, and I think that will determine whether or not I want to be famous and will or will not. Because I am pretty cocky, and I like to think that whatever I choose to do, I will do it pretty well and get some recognition.
You're the best, yeah.
I'm not the best, but like I think I have to be realistic and really like I don't know what satisfies me. Like I don't want to be world renowned, but like I'd like there to be some group of people that appreciate the work I'm doing.
Yeah.
I hope I can find contentment in whatever that ends up being.
Yeah.
Then there are other days where I go back and just think, you know what, I'm just going to be a stay-at-home dad. I'm going to love my kids so much, and that'll be enough. And then they're going to grow up to be some ungrateful little kids that won't take care of me ever. Like, that's a joke. But, like, I don't know. I go back and forth between wanting to change the world and then also just
living a regular...
Well, not regular life, because I'd be a great dad, and I would, like, be very good at it. But, like, I want to... I don't know how large I want my scope of people I affect to be. I don't know if I want to affect the world or if I want my family to be my world.
Yeah.
I go back and forth. We'll never know.
That's tough.
What about you?
I don't think I'll ever be famous. I don't do things that would really get me famous. Sometimes I dream, though. Mm-hmm. I have ambitions. I'm like, wow, I could if I really wanted to.
I think you could. You're very good at, like, when you put your mind to something, you just do it.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing. I think I would like to, my big thing as of now is, which I would be famous in my head, would be to, like, have my own business.
Yeah.
And to own it, or at least manage it or do something with it where I am impacting the people that are working there and the people that are coming in. Mm-hmm. And it's just more of a community kind of thing.
I'm picturing being like a tourist area too, so when people go by, they're like, you gotta go to wherever Tessa's is. It's known in that sense.
That'd be like a fun thing. But then again, I might go into it and absolutely hate it, and I feel like, of course, as we age, we would develop different, I guess. Your as of now, like, your world could be everyone. You want your world to be everything, and then you have kids, and that it changes.
They ruin your life.
They ruin your life. They become your world.
Well, that's the thing that's so frustrating, because like I have these convictions, and then tomorrow I'll probably be like,
ooh, you're just same. Just not long ago, I just wanted to start selling candles.
Yeah,
online.
You mentioned that. What was that?
I mean, it's still interesting. I just like to make things and make money from them, I guess.
I like that. The hustle. We appreciate the hustle.
I don't know. Maybe it's me wanting to be famous by people saying they love my candles. But.
That's very sweet. I think I want to just be famous for being America's sweetheart.
Ooh.
I want it to be something where it doesn't feel like work to me. They're like, oh, he just does so many great things. Like, I would do that anyway. I'm just glad you're noticing. So, like, for me, it's not making candles, but it'd be just like, a humanitarian in our community. He just sits down and lectures us about what he thinks is important. And we learn so much from him. I'm like, good, because I do it anyway.
You want to not have to do any work for it.
I think it's more just, I love the idea of people just appreciating things I like doing anyway.
Yeah, because it makes your life easier.
Well, sure.
It's like you're passionate about things, so you get recognition for your passions. It's a circle.
It's an extra level of listening. It's like, not only did we hear you, but we think it's so worth hearing that we're going to celebrate it and tell others. And I'll be like, I just asked for someone to listen, but this is even better. Wow. Who knows? I don't know where I'm going with all this. I just think, I dream, I have ambitions. I don't know what they are. It's like a very fuzzy thing.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, the only thing I'm clear that I want is recognition. How I'll get that, what that kind of recognition looks like, how far it'll reach, not a clue. But that in itself is enough of a motivation for me to, like, be excited about it.
Because you can take that anywhere. It's not like that puts you in a box. You just want, you have, like, one thing.
I think another very fire sign thing is a sort of naive optimism at times.
Oh.
Where I'm just like, I have a lot of people that are like very scared of the future. And like, don't get me wrong, I get worried about a lot of things too. But for the most part, I'm just like, ooh, I can't wait to see what will happen.
Yeah, like I can't wait to just start this or do it. And maybe I love it, maybe I hate it. Yeah. We'll see when it happens.
Right. And like in 10 years, I have no idea where I'll be, but I'll be like, oh my God, I can't wait. Because what I do know is that because of my history and because of our history, we will be doing something we like and we will be good at it. And at the end of the day, can we really ask for more?
That's all I want.
That's all we want.
If that makes me famous, then it does.
And if that makes us famous, it does. And so, what you can do is help us out by making us famous,
Oh yeah.
Share us. Tell your friends. Actually, I don't know. This is not going to be our claim to fame.
I wouldn't crush my dreams. And yours.
That's right.
I know they're deep down in there.
Yeah, this is as artists, we cannot be responsible for where our work takes us. So,
nope.
You think we can call this like a new genre, like a podcast art?
Yeah, why not?
We push the envelope. We talk about important things.
We do.
We encourage people to think. That's what art does. It makes you feel. And I'm sure right now you're feeling entertained, overjoyed, excited, and interested, among many other emotions. So,
He summed it up right there for you.